if we pay them this money and get him back, all of our children will become victims of this. Hey guys, today I got a story, a pretty good story. It's about Manny Gambino, a nephew of Carlo Gambino. He was kidnapped. They sent a letter to the family. They wanted $250,000 to get him back. The family reached out to Carlo Gambino immediately. I think it was his sister's kid. And he got involved. He told them not to talk to the police, not to report it. So none of them did. He also met with the mother and father of this kid and said, I've come to the conclusion that we're not going to pay the money. Of course, the mother and father were thrown back. They did have that kind of money. It would have been an easy payoff. But Carlo Gambino explained to them that if we pay them this money and get him back, all of our children will become victims of this. It'll get out that we paid $250,000. All of our children at one time or another will get kidnapped. We can't pay it. We'll jeopardize the entire family. The mother and father finally agreed not to have police involved and not to pay the money. He was tortured from what I heard, and he was definitely killed when the ransom wasn't paid. Carlo Gambino reached out to everyone to find out what happened. And they came up with this guy, McBratney, an Irish guy, hung out with a few other guys. Some of them were Irish, some of them were Italian. And he got in touch with Neil Delacroce, the underboss. He brought him in, and they all spoke. The administration, the boss, the underboss, and the consigliere. Neil had suggested to use John Gotti, that he was up and coming in the mafia, wasn't a made member then. Angelo Ruggerio, they were with Neil. Carlo Gambino agreed. Neil grabbed John Gotti, Angelo Ruggerio, and gave them the contract. John Gotti and Angelo didn't want Ralph on the hit. He was a cokey, snorting coke, getting high all the time. They didn't want to trust him. But they had to take him. That was the order. That day they went on the hit. They got handcuffs, badges. They knew where this guy was in a bar. They were going to go there, make believe they were cops, arrest him. He would think he was being arrested. Go out to the parking lot, and Ralph Corleone would shoot him. When they made the move, Ralph was on the side in a dark area, actually snorting coke while this thing was going on. Angelo and John Gotti made a move on him at the bar. They identified themselves as cops. He didn't buy it. They went to grab him. He started pushing and fighting back. People were in the bar. A lot of confusion. Ralph Gallioni come out from the darkness, threw a few shots in the air, told everybody to get against the wall. The guy was actually pulling John, Gotti, and Angelo in the opposite direction towards the other end of the bar. At this time, Ralph turned around and shot him right in front of everybody. And they ran out. There was a lot of witnesses. John Gotti, Angelo, Ruggerio, and I believe Ralph, I'm not sure if he got pinched yet, but they got pinched. For what Ralph did and that he was getting high while it was going on, I guess they convinced Carlo Gambino and Neil that this Ralph should be killed for what he did. Now they're going to go to prison. Carl and Neil gave the order. Ralph was killed for what he did. John Gotti and Angelo Ruggerio got a high-powered lawyer. He was a connection lawyer. He had connections within the justice system, with the judges, the whole 9 yards. They were found guilty or copped out, whatever. And I think they were sentenced to 3 years or 4 years. They wound up doing 3 years on the murder. That laid the groundwork for Angelo Ruggerio and John Gotti to become made members in the Gambino family. That was their reward from Carlo Gambino. It went on for a while. They ran around, and John's reputation started to grow from that point. The rest of the story, he excelled to become the boss of the family, but that's a story that everybody knows, so I'm not really going to get into that part of it. I just wanted to let you know what happened before this whole thing and what happened with Manny Gambino. Nobody ever kidnapped a Gambino again. So around the ranks, the old timers, they said Carlo Gambino did the right thing. He's smart. They would have became a target. Of course, it cost the kid his life, but in Cosa Nostra, that was the decision. Everybody abided by that. Until today, it was a good decision. By the way, they never cooperated with the police at any given time. Even when the police came to them to tell them their son was dead. I understood that the mother and the father said, "We don't have a son," and closed the door on the police. So I thought you guys may be interested in hearing that story and what I was told from behind the scenes. I really took no part in the murder, but I was with Toto Arello and a captain, and he told me and the entire story, blow by blow. So I told it to you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoy it, press like, subscribe all the time. I'll see you soon. And don't forget, guys, catch Families of the Mafia on MTV every Thursday.